Hey guys, my name's Alberto. Welcome to my Romance Galore 4848 channel. Subscribe, like, and share, and comment if you like my videos. All right, this is if you're here for the movie review, Moonstruck, starring Nicolas Cage as Ronnie and Cher as Loretta. You're in the right place. Um, yeah, so let's go ahead and get started on my movie review of the romantic movie review of the movie Moonstruck. See the title? All right, let's get started. Well, well, I'm gonna go over some scenes. I'm not gonna go over the whole thing. So just to get the gist of it, I'm gonna give you my opinion on it. So let's go. All right, we get started in a Italian restaurant, and we got Loretta, played by Cher. She's on her date with her boyfriend Johnny, and Johnny proposes to her, and she's like, "Get it right, do it right, get on the knee, and all this stuff." And Johnny proposes to her. So now they're engaged to Loretta says yes, and now they're engaged. Now, it turns out later that Johnny's mom is very sick, uh, and his mom's sick in Sicily, elderly mother, so he's gonna fly over there, and so he flies over there. But before he flies over there, Johnny asks Loretta, "Hey, can you go talk to my brother? I've been having a argue with him, my brother Ronnie. Um, Talk to him and convince him to come to our wedding. But right now, he's like, right now I gotta go to visit my sick mother in Sicily. I think it's Palermo, Sicily, something like that." And Loretta's like, "Okay, I'll do it." So it looks like Loretta, I think she. Oh, anyways, getting sidetracked here. Loretta's at her mom's house, talks to her mom and all that, but she starts making a phone call to Ronnie, and she calls over there, and Ronnie doesn't want to talk to her. So Loretta ends up going to Johnny's place of work where he's making bread, and he has a messed up hand. I think he actually has a cast hand or something. And Loretta goes talks to Ronnie, and Ronnie saying, "Hey, Johnny messed up his life," and he blames Johnny for his hand getting messed up. um, Loretta ends up, to make a long story short, Loretta ends up at her parents' house, and Johnny's there. She cooks some food, and then they start talking, and then Johnny starts. I'm sorry, Ronnie. Ronnie starts getting very romantic. Ronnie's played by Nicolas Cage, by the way. Ronnie starts getting romantic at Loretta's parents' house, and they're at the table, and they start making out. Um, I think that's the part which is like, wait a minute, wait a minute. She starts, Ronnie's kissing her. She's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. And she starts kissing him. And then they want to clear out the table and have sex on the table. Then they end up in the bedroom. They end up in the bedroom, Loretta and Ronnie, and and Ronnie stays overnight. They had sex, and then there's a part where Loretta's looking outside the moon, so we know that Ronnie just has not just had sex with her, but is in the room, Loretta's room. They wake up, and there is a part where Ronnie did tell her, "Hey, I'm in love with you." Tells Loretta, "I'm in love with you," and she's like, she slaps him and snaps out, and it's like, snap out of it. Oh, anyways, morning comes, and like I said, Ronnie spent the night there, and it's funny because Loretta's like, "This never happened," blah blah blah, and then she goes into the closet and starts getting dressed for work or something. So Ronnie has fallen in love with Loretta. Later on, um, Ronnie ends up telling Loretta, "Hey," because Loretta's kind of like, "Hey, I'm getting married. I can't be messing around with you." And then Ronnie tells Loretta, "Well, uh, you need to go with me to the opera and I'll leave you alone." Loretta's okay. And the funny thing is, Loretta's like, finally, I guess she's like, "I'll leave this, maybe he'll leave me alone when I go to the opera with him." But it's funny because her action doesn't speak for those words she said, because she's actually making herself up look good, do her hair real nice and everything. She does the whole package, and she's getting ready to go to the opera with um, Ronnie. So the day comes where Loretta's gonna meet Ronnie at the opera, and so it's funny because Ronnie goes in to kiss Loretta. Loretta's like, "No, I'm just here for the opera." That's it. She's like, "Fine." Um, Loretta and Ronnie go into the opera. She seems like she wants to cry. Ronnie grabs her hand. She's very overwhelmed by the opera. She likes it. She likes it very much. They get out of the opera, and guess what? Loretta sees her dad with another woman. She starts freaking out. She goes to talk to her dad, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's asking her, "What are you doing? You're getting married to Johnny. You're with this guy." So they're like, kind of like, let's forget we saw each other. So they leave it like that. At the same time, Loretta's mom is at a restaurant eating by herself, and she sees an older gentleman that supposedly is younger than she. He looks older. I mean, he looks old, but supposedly he's still younger than she is. This guy likes to date younger girls, and then younger girl, it is a routine, always throws wine in his face, whatever. So Loretta's mom is eating alone at the table at the restaurant, and she calls over the old man, the older man, I mean the other man, older gentleman, to come eat with her. And we'll get to back them to a minute. Let's go back to Loretta and Ronnie. Ronnie convinces Loretta to go sleep with him again, and she does. And we got Loretta's mom back in the restaurant with the older gentleman, and he walks her to the door. He wants to do. It looks like he wants something to do with her, but she's like, "Bye." They give like friendly kisses, a little wave. It's somewhat innocent, but I would still, in my opinion, I still consider that cheating, as she's eating with another man. That's just my opinion. Y'all could drop your opinions in the comments. Loretta's done sleeping with Ronnie for the second time, and she heads back home to her parents' house. It's interesting to note that they're having breakfast now. It's the morning. Loretta just walked in from sleeping with Ronnie. So she's talking to her mother at her parents' house, and oh, by the way, Johnny had stopped by the night before. Johnny's back in town. What else is going on? So we got Loretta at the house. She's breakfasting with Ronnie. And then we got Loretta's mom. They're making breakfast, whatever. People start coming. Um, Loretta's dad enters the room. And interesting enough, Loretta's mom knows about Loretta's dad is cheating on her and says, "Stop doing it." And he's like, "Okay, okay." He gets mad. He slams his hand on the door, on the table. He's like, "Okay, fine, whatever." Loretta's grandpa's there, I believe. Loretta worked at a business. She forgot to send money to the bank or something like that. So the owners, the couple, come in. Everybody's coming in. Ronnie gets there because he's gonna meet the family for the wedding. Johnny, the husband of B, comes also and greets Loretta. And it turns out Johnny says, "Hey, my mom, remember Johnny's mom was sick?" Well, he's like, "Well," Johnny tells Loretta, "I can't marry you because my mom, she's alive now. It's a miracle. She started making food for everybody. Well, that's how well she is. She's not going to die after all." And then Johnny did greet Ronnie. They're like a little like, "Hey, what's up?" And then what did I say? I don't know. I said Johnny said he's not going to marry Loretta because having to do with his mother is not going to die. So I really didn't get that part. Excuse me for if I did it. I haven't seen that movie as many times, so I didn't get it. Saw it like 3 times. I never got it. Um, so Johnny says he's not gonna marry Loretta, and Ronnie's like, I'll marry you." So he proposes to Loretta right there, which is kind of weird. You have two brothers that are, one didn't want to marry her, and the other one stepped in and says, "I'll marry you." Loretta immediately says yes. So she is in love with Ronnie. And a side note at the end, it must be really weird for Johnny because he rejects her, but his brother ends up marrying Loretta. And then you see the grandpa, Johnny's confused. He's standing somewhere, and like Loretta's grandpa's like, "Come over here, Ronnie. Sorry, Johnny. Ronnie, Johnny, come over here, Johnny," and like come. He's like, "I don't like come." He gestures like, "Come join the party." So he joins the party. And so that's the way it ends, that Loretta and Johnny are going to be married. They're going to get married. All right. Moonstruck. I just went over some scenes. I was not going to go over the whole thing. I went through the best things, or like the main summary of it. What can I say about this movie? I say it's Cher plays Loretta. Let's go through one more time. Johnny is played by Nicolas Cage. They make a horrible couple. Everybody seems like they're talking Italian except for Nicolas Cage. Why isn't Nicolas Cage talking Italian? I'm probably biased because for some reason I never found Cher attractive. Well, yeah, that's her name, Cher. I don't find her attractive. She kind of reminds me of the Addams Family, the mother, but the mother's way hotter than, I don't know why, for Cher. So I'm biased. I've never found Cher. I never found Cher attractive, and I think they make a horrible couple in the story. Like I say, Nicolas Cage, he's not. It seems like he's trying to talk Italian a little bit. I'm pretty sure he could do a better job. Maybe he can't, but it doesn't make it to me. It doesn't make sense. Why is everybody talking Italian except for Nicolas Cage, which is Ronnie? I can't emphasize how much these two, to me, they just don't have chemistry. I bet you anything, some people like this movie. I think the storyline is really good. I mean, with the brothers, especially the end. Supposedly the brothers don't like each other, and then at the end is the kicker. Johnny's supposed to marry Loretta, but the other brother ends up marrying her. It's really weird. I don't know. Is the word infidelity? Like they're cheating? I don't know. Because Loretta's cheating on Johnny, and Loretta's parents are cheating on each other. That's already three cheating couples right there. Um, when they make love, they're trying to make love on the table and stuff like that, and then they end up in the room. That's okay, I guess. That's good for a romance. I don't even know. Is this considered romance? I don't think it's a romance comedy. I think it's trying to be serious. There's like a little cute parts, but I don't think this is not a romance comedy. My bad. I'm getting like lost in thought. To me, it's trying to be a straight romantic thing. I like when I do like. I don't like the couple, but that he does take her to the opera. He does convince her twice to have sex with him. But he's falling in love with her too quick. Is it love? Is it love at first sight? Maybe it might be love at first sight because they have first they start making out in the kitchen and stuff. And I think Loretta just feels guilty that she's marrying um, Johnny, and she's cheating on him with Ronnie. There's some couples that are other couples I didn't mention. They're mentioning the moon. I really didn't care for that. Something about romance and moon. There's a cute part where there's an older man. He said, "Hey, the moon's out. My friend's moon's out, whatever." And he tries to make love to an older one, but they're very old already. That's okay. I what I'm trying to say is I've seen better romantic movies than this thing. I think the story's good. I just don't like this couple. I do not like the couple of Cher and Nicolas Cage. I think if you put other people in it, it'd probably be better. You put someone else playing Johnny. I'm trying to make sure I get the right. See, I got it wrong. No, Ronnie. Get someone to play Ronnie that has an Italian accent. It does not make sense. Nicolas Cage is not talking Italian like everybody. Everybody's talking Italian except for him, right? Um, the beginning's good. Loretta's mom that's dating that older gentleman, and it was another. They showed him up before when Johnny proposed to Loretta, and he's getting another. It's the first time he's getting a drink thrown in his face. And then when Loretta's mom is eating by herself, he's getting another girl throwing a drink in his face, the same restaurant, everything. I thought that was pretty funny. The beginning's okay. And I think that's all I have to say about Moonstruck. Let me grade it before I forget. From A to F, I give this movie. Oh my goodness. I give it. I did enjoy it a little bit. The story. I did enjoy it. Like I said, I did enjoy the couple. I give it a C plus, and what only helps it get a C plus is the storyline. I did like the storyline. The main actors, nope. I already said it 5, 6 times. I'm just repeating myself. You guys get the idea. Um, I'm kind of picky concerning this. If I recommend it for you to watch it, if you haven't watched it, and I gave you the title, I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but this is an old movie. I give spoiler to old movies. I try not to give spoiler to new movies. That's just the way I roll. Uh, I kind of recommend you do watch it because you may not be as picky as I am. I gave it a C plus. I think I was actually being generous. I know there's probably other people that like this movie. I'm pretty sure there's people that don't like Cher and Nicolas Cage like I do. So, everybody's not gonna like everybody has a different opinion. I bet you there's people that like this movie. I don't think it won an Academy Award. I recommend you check it out. You might like it. I know there's a lot of people that don't have my taste in movies. I'm like the minority. My opinion is way different usually than other people's. I can be. I am kind of weird about stuff. Go, yeah, go check it out. Give it a chance. You might like it, but it is slow, and you have to like Nicolas Cage and Cher. Maybe you like their chemistry. Maybe you're not like me. That doesn't like it. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. This is it for my Moonstruck review. I might review it again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, like, and share, and comment on it on Moonstruck. So I'm gonna go and say adios. I'm gonna leave you with this. The world will never be a perfect place, but we can all make it better. Till next time, this is Alberto signing off from Romance Galore and the end of my Moonstruck romance movie review. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, comment, and I will see you guys in the next romance review. Bye bye. Take care. Love you guys.